kill ads versus ads that could be insightful with great hooks. And now that you've seen behind the scenes to how, what happens once the creatives are done and it's passed on to a team, what happens behind the scenes in terms of how they set it up, how they strategically scale it, how they split up our budget, and now that you got a glimpse between what it takes in terms of scaling, the next thing that I want to be able to do is to show you behind the scenes as to once we have a challenge date finalized and we know that it's going to be happening, chances are there's a lot of different moving pieces that is required that might even slip your mind. Okay, and I can tell you that firsthand, I am not a planner. I'm not somebody that takes into account, okay, let's plan out what's going to happen 3 months from now, and basically from the launch that's happening 3 months from now, there should be 76 things that's done when it comes to the funnel, the front end page, there should be 13 things done, there should be the sales video done, we require these different things from Peng Joon that needs to be shot at the studio. So I don't plan for all these things because I'm not really a planner. Okay, so real quick, I want to do a survey in terms of how good you guys are at planning stuff. Okay, I would like all of you to put a number from 1 to 10. 10 if you're somebody that really takes into account, okay, let's plan out the next quarter, and for our next launch, these are all the different things that need to be done. Or are you somebody that's like, oh, you know, so 10 if you're somebody that's planned out everything and down to the T in terms of the drill down of what needs to be done. 1 if you're somebody that's like, what should I do today? Okay. Shuan, you're looking at Mark. is that you, Mark? No, okay, so everybody put a number down. Okay. Albina says 6, Nick 9, Dayan 9, Janine 2, Kathleen 4, York 5, Esther 10, Nick 1, Boone 7, Terrence 8. Wow, quite a number of planners. Very nice. Brady 6, Aaron 6, Rob 4, Judith 3. Okay, so I'm not sure if Su Ying is here. Su Ying, are you here? Su Ying, if you had to rate me a number, what number would you say I am? No bias, like for real. Would you say I'm a 1? So I will wake up in the morning thinking, what should I do today? Yes, okay. In many ways I am, for sure. I just know, like, I want to do this year, right? But there's no planning to that thing. It's just, I know I want to do that, right? But after that, the steps, the how, I don't really think about those type of things. Okay, so if you're like me and you're like a 1 to a 3, I thought I would be a 3. Okay, but never mind. Anyway, so if you are a 1 to 3 like me, that's when I think this next section is going to be really important. And for those of you that rate yourself a 5 or a 6, you'll be able to see how to bump up those numbers. And if you're already a 9, you'll be able to see how you can better polish it up in terms, and you're going to really love this section then, okay? So, because I'm not a planner, what I need to do is I need to surround myself with people who are planners, and I need to have systems and processes to make sure that the planning is done for me, okay? And that's what this next section is about. The person that handles behind the scenes to all these things, in terms of project management, in terms of timeline, in terms of scheduling, that would be Su Ying. Some of you also, if you are in the coaching, you might see her every other week or every week. But before I bring her on, I want to be able to walk you through some of the assets that we've prepared for you in terms of what are some of the materials that you want to have in place for your challenge before the challenge happens. Okay, so it's going to be given out in this handout. So team, if you can prepare this, we're going to drop the link in a second after I explain to you what this next handout's about. So we call this handout the challenge community assets, which is like assets that you want to be able to take into account before the event happens, okay? So like for us, we want to be able to have, and all these are all optional, right? Do you need it? No. Is it nice to have? Yeah, okay? So Things like an announcement video. When somebody joins the Facebook group, just say, hey, welcome to the Facebook group. I hope you're excited. Can't wait to see you there. It's going to be amazing, right? So typically what happens is my team will just give me a bunch of assets or requirements and say, hey, Ping Jun, you need to shoot this. Okay, so they do the planning for me. So they actually compiled this to show you some of the things that might require. Okay. Next one is more like an image of how to make the most out of your challenge. Okay, so this would be like invite a family friend, make a post, introduce yourself, download day one workbook, get excited, show up, right? So typically you want to have some sort of image post that just gets people familiarized, introduce themselves, micro commitments, okay? Sometimes it could be, if you've done this challenge before, getting people excited and say, hey, if you're coming, hope you're excited. This is what other people in the past have said about this challenge. Okay. Event reminders. Okay. Now this can be in the form, please write down, it can be a form of image or video. So sometimes if I'm not available, if I'm traveling, my team will do this in the form of just an image post. Okay. But these are just things that you want to be able to do. So please write down 24-hour reminder. This could be an image post. It could be a video. It could be you going live. Sometimes, if the ones that might work best are the ugly, raw videos where you do not really prepare and just go live into the group, where you are on the go and you're actually showing them live. Hey, this is Peng Jun here. As you can see, I'm traveling, but the event is going to be taking place 24 hours from now, right? So this could be a live video that goes straight into group. So please write down 24 hours countdown. Okay, so this could be an image. This could be a live video that you stream into the group. Okay. So another 12 hours. So you can see this is an image prepared beforehand. So these are some of the things that maybe, again, it could be a live stream. It could be an image that you prepare beforehand and you just schedule it and post. Okay, so 12 hours before. The next thing that we sometimes do is the team prepares giveaway posts. So this could be like, get a chance and win a free copy of Fill in the Blanks just by joining. And then there's some sort of pre-challenge, right? So this could be like just 2 simple steps, like this post, comment the country that you're from, and we're going to give 5 winners. The whole purpose of this is just to, please write down, build up engagements, right? Like the post, let us know where you're from, we'll pick 5 winners. So sometimes this could be digital. It's just to, again, make the Facebook algorithm see that this group is active and that this group is important to this person, okay? By getting them to like and comment. So sometimes it could be giveaway, right? Getting people to upgrade, okay? So giveaway for upgrade. This allows people to see, oh, there's this thing called the VIP access that they might have forgotten, okay? So we give it out to 5 people as well, right? So this will be like, just drop a comment telling us about yourself, why you're joining the sprint, right? And then after that, the whole stack of what it is that they'll get, okay? Then this could be giveaways during the challenge. Now, I'm not going to go deep into all this because we've already prepared all the examples of how we do it, okay? So all of the different assets, the images that the team does to support me, that does not require me, is all listed in here in terms of how we do the giveaways, the templates, how we frame it. Also, in order to make it so that people see, oh wow, the prizes are really given away. So we might have a congratulations post to the lucky draw winners, okay? And then we post over here as well, and then we tag them, okay? So one of the things that they might do is they use this very powerful thing that you can only do once a day, and that is tagging everybody in a group, okay? So if you add everyone, everybody in the group will get notified. So, but Facebook will only do that for you once per day. So save it for your most important posts when you are doing your giveaway, when you are doing the event. The most important posts to me when the event happens is the live stream itself. Okay, you want to save that for your live stream. Before that, you can do however you want. You could do it for the giveaways. After that, it could be announcing the winners. But for the day of the events, save it for the live stream. Okay. After that, we have posts that the team prepare. This could be like the homework and the actionable step for each of the challenge. Okay. So typically, it would be to share a biggest takeaway, right? Comment below, and then to do something. So like for us, it would be to claim a free 14-day trial to sales process. Okay. Every single day, right? There's some sort of QR code, some sort of homework. Again, the whole goal is to drive engagements, get them taking action, getting them results, and ascending them to the next thing that we want them to do. So for example, day 3 would be to apply for a strategy call. Okay. So every day it's the takeaway as well as the to-do list. Okay, so all of that is listed over here. How many of you here would like the examples of how we have built up everything, not based on theory, but using the actual examples that we personally use for our challenges? Right, show of hands, right? I can tell you most marketers will never do things like that, where they share with you not just the strategy, but exactly everything, step by step, on how they do it. But that's my goal. I want to be able to eliminate every reason and excuse to why you can't do this. So here's what we're going to do next. Let's give out this next handout. And team that's supporting the virtual event, can you please go ahead and drop this link to the group, right, on the challenge community assets. Let me give you guys 30 seconds to go ahead and get this handout so that you can file it, archive it, and use it whenever you need to, or pass it on to your team and just say, and your brief is, I want you guys to create the same exact assets that's listed in here and get it done. Okay. If you guys have downloaded this handout in the chat, can you please just type in done? I just want to make sure that you got it. Okay, awesome. All right, so with that said, next thing that I want to be able to walk you guys through is our next speaker, presenter, Su Ying, who pretty much takes care of everything behind the scenes. She allows me to do what it is that I do without being a planner and without being stressed about making sure that things are all falling into place. So with that said, guys, can we all give Su Ying a huge round of applause as we welcome here on stage.
Hi everyone. So I was given 20 minutes and I'm supposed to walk you guys through every single thing. I don't know if that's possible, but we'll try, okay? So what we are gonna do today is really how can we, so I put this in ChatGPT, right? Basically take a basic Google Doc full of words and transform it into magic. What the world sees, the funnel, design, the beautiful ad, the video that is nicely edited, right? So I'm going to walk you through step by step the whole flow when it comes to us building out a funnel. So this could be challenge funnel, this could be events funnel, this could be low ticket funnel, the concept and the principle and the framework of it. Oh, sorry. I'm not a pro. Okay, so yes, the framework, the flow for building out any type of funnel. Okay, so typically, based on what you see here, this is how we receive a brief, right? 5-day AI challenge. Marcus to register the domain, and Jaden doesn't even say to register domain. It says Marcus to register. Sales letter for design, right? Then typically what we see then will be something like that, just full of words, okay? And then the question is, how do we turn what you see on the left into something that you see on the right, right? So you suddenly lose everything. The words turn into beautifully designed funnel. And then the second part, same thing, right? You get the drill. And this part as well. So I know your chances are you're thinking, but you know, I'm not Penjun. I don't have this team. I don't know how to make this magic happen. Great news is I'm going to show you the different things that we do. And for those of you who are in the studio, that is what we did for you over this weekend. You'll be able to see the amount of work that my team actually put into to get you to submit the different copies, for us to build out the different designs, backdrops, even before you came to this event, okay? So the first thing that I would do whenever I receive a message like that from Penjun is I will craft out what is the domain. So we will search and see the domain to get, and then the sales letter for design, breaking down like logo and stylescape, what is the due date for my design team. That's always the first department that gets to work. And then the final design draft, I typically give them about 1 week to produce, and then giving them a brief. This is the funnel that we are working on, asking them to read the sales copy before I brief them, and I ask them to brainstorm and come up with suggestions for the stylescape, okay? And then for this event, it was quite unique because Penju had to shoot everything before the funnel was even built. So all we had was day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, the handout cover title. So basically what the team did was we designed the handout cover, and then I don't know if he had any plans, but he just somehow showed up in the studio with the backdrop and he just shot everything, okay? So then the week, 2 days after my brief, then my team will show me something like this. So this is the logo and stylescape, right? So this, there was 0 amendments. This was the first draft and it was good to go for me. So you see the logo, this is what you see in the funnel itself today, okay? Then coming back to how is this applicable for you, right? So this is something that we personally did for all of our clients, students in the studio, right? So you want to be able to be as specific as possible to your team. Like, for example, giving them the different references, letting them know like what the event is about or what the funnel is about. So this is the question that we use for our clients. Therefore, we put like industry that you're in, right? Your corporate identity, the different color. You want to be as specific as possible, unless you want your team to come up with the color scheme, right? So typically you can give them the code of the color that you want to use. And then if you want to use the existing logo, right, and other specific icon images, your pictures, your professionally taken pictures, the casual ones. So the key point here in having a really good logo and stylescape is your brief has to be clear. So if your brief is not clear, just imagine the other person that is sitting on the other side trying to think what you have in mind, or giving them a folder of like 50 images and expecting them to choose the best one. So everybody has different idea of what makes something good, right? So the more specific you are with your team, the better they'll be able to produce it, okay? So for example, this is what Justin has submitted, right? And Mr. Justin Ho, CFA, is a professional investor and international speaker. Justin has over a decade of professional, okay, yeah. Then he gave the color, 3-day crypto sprint, and then the images and all that, right? So with that brief, this is what we created. We created the logo, and then we created the backdrop based on what he has submitted, okay? So that's the first thing when it comes to funnel building. If you have a studio like this, or if you want to shoot professionally done video or something, then you will need a backdrop. Otherwise, you just need a logo, okay? So then the next thing is the different funnel steps, right? Your sales process. So the first one is actually the sales page. So when it comes to the sales page, there's a ton of things, right? But I believe on day 1, that is when Penju has already walked you through your sales copy, how the different headlines and your statement, description, and all that, right? So this is what we prepared for our clients in the studio. So those in the studio, you know, the second half of the day, they stay back, they fill in this thing. We force them to submit by the end of the day. If not, they don't get to go home. And then we designed something like this, right? So this is Justin's funnel. We are currently editing the video, we'll edit in, and how do we take and really implemented the same process of turning words into design, right, for those in the studio as well. Then the other things that you have when it comes to planning your launch, the different funnel steps will be your OTO1 VIP upgrade page. You've learned that yesterday. And then the confirmation page, you've learned that today. The other things would be terms of service page, your privacy policy page, right? I know it's a ton of things, but you know, in the snapshots that you've gotten in sales process, you actually have all of that. So you don't have to worry. All you need to do is to put in the words, to put in whatever you've done over the last 3 days, right? And you're kind of good to go. But the bigger question is, if you are not a planner, then how do you reverse engineer what it is that you've done and turn it into a launch, right? So this is what we do. Pretty old school. We use like Google Calendar. We just map it out. So the team usually map this out, right? So if let's say the day for the event is 21st to 25th of February, right? So we reverse engineer, and that whole month we'll be promoting this event. Okay, so you can see it's pretty small. I'm not sure if you guys can see it. So you can see red color is paid ads, hand-raised emails, Instagram campaign, announcement video, testimonial post, Instagram campaign, ManyChat campaign, 2 weeks before video, 1 week before video, pre-training post, 24 hours, giveaway winners, close out emails, last call, 24 hours before, and then 12 hours before, 3 hours before, biggest takeaway homework, 3 hours before post for every single day, right? And the biggest takeaway and homework. So we map this out so that the whole team, they're clear, from content to design to videos to events to the digital team, okay? Then the next thing is, how do we actually update within the group, right, for funnel progress? So Marcus usually do this based on the brief that Penjo has given. Usually Penjo will just brief Marcus, and then Marcus will brief the team, is what are the things that we are going to be doing. For example, free registration, no Zoom link, VIP Zoom link. So our team, we are not as fortunate as you guys attending event where you are here, you get like something that's already launched. So now Penjo's train of thought is like super clear. Like for us, he will say, oh, maybe you should do this. Oh, maybe you should do that, right? So then we will constantly test, and, you know, we will tweak based on the different briefing that we get, right? So you can see here, like OTO1 is still in progress. So the team needs to update confirmation page, design Facebook group banner, design welcome post, and then update welcome email, right? And then the digital team will be update the different funnels, emails, Facebook group, yada, yada. Okay, and then this is our fulfillment sequence. So going by department. So this is the department, our content team, right? So usually the fulfillment sequence. Where's Marcus? The fulfillment sequence. We will map it out, something like that, right, for the team to model. And then the references from previous event that the team can model. You can see UBI, which is Unbreakable Business implementation, welcome and reminder email and SMS sequence, which is the closest to whatever we are doing here that they can model, and then abandoned cart sequence from like Future of AI, right? How do I go out? I will show you how you can actually map this out like full-fledged. Okay, so over here you see like it's mapped out when what is going out, like broadcast date, person in charge, what is the status, right? So this is the big picture of what we send out. And then at the bottom itself, I know it's a lot. Like at the bottom itself, you'll be able to see like welcome sequence, right? All of the different emails. So basically, this is something that from this event itself, you will already have the different emails in your sales process account as well. So for us, it's just mapping it out. So from people and process perspective, it's easy for you to see what are the emails that actually went out, for your team to be able to keep track of the different emails that you have written in terms of fulfilling the event itself, okay? And then coming back to the slide. Okay, and then next one, in terms of process, would be your ad performance reporting. So what we do is pre-event, right? You can see like 5 days away, our goal is to hit 5 to 10,000, and based on like our average ad spend, what is it, and we got the how many leads, right? And how are we gonna achieve like when we up our budget? We are gonna focus on higher quality audiences. We are going to expand audiences. We are going to scale up campaign by 20% every 24 hours, right? Then the next one would be subsequently, we have scaled up, right? Allowing us to attain 8.7 thousand registrants, pushing for the last day we aim. So here's how your team can be updating you in terms of ads, right? Marcus talked about it earlier, but this is, from my perspective and Penjun's perspective, this is what we put in place so that we get the visibility of what's going on, okay? The next one is actually, once all of the funnel pages are designed, done, then you have your funnel integration, right? If you are in the studio, you probably don't know this, but let me show you. So basically, this is the whole integration team. You can see from TAD logins, Cloudflare, Stripe support email, pre-integration stage, the digital sheet, chat clients info, platform login authentication, chat Zapier, chat platform, set up LC mail, set up Cloudflare, domain setup on sales process, integration stage. Clone, snapshot, emails, workflow, pipeline, forms, transfer and chat, imported funnel, rename, add domain, set funnel stats, funnel linking, funnel footer links, funnel SEO, a ton of things, right? And then the testing stage would be to test on desktop, mobile, test email inbox, workflow, no OTO, funnel testing, yada, 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 right? So this is the checklist that the team goes through, right? It's divided into the integration team and the check-in team. So when the integration team is done, that's when the check-in team will take over, right? All the emails. These are the guidelines in terms of font. It has to be font size 16, links, what are the code, right? Remarks. The different font will be Arial. Yeah, this is like quite good, damn OCD. Then funnel, right? Logo, business name, funnel info, support email, name, product emails. For workflow, like challenge name, pipeline stages names. So this is, I believe, preset by Marcus, and the team does follow, right? And then lastly would be naming convention. I was actually really impressed when I saw this. How do you name, right? Sales page, none, since it's gonna be the variation pages. OTO page will be OTO dash page. OTO page standalone will be OTO standalone page, confirmation page, terms of service page, right? So you want to be as specific as possible, right, with your team, so that like everything is organized. So this is basically something we did for our students, our clients in the studio itself, right? Right now the team is going through integration. You can see, I think this is real time, right? So right now we are integrating all of the funnels as we are speaking, okay? And then some of the other things that I wanted to show you guys earlier is, for example, like your challenge sales funnel. So those in the studio, they will fill in like day 1, day 2, day 3, right? And then the different examples that we've given here for them to model. And then this is, I believe, Justine's. And then OTO page, right? Reference, OTO1 name, OTO price point, the component value description, right? So they will fill it in, and then that's when we will design. And then the thank you confirmation page, same thing as well. Okay, and then the terms of service page and the different tag login submission, okay? So if you have a team or if you are engaging somebody or if you're doing it yourself, so these are all the different things that you will need when it comes to integrating your funnel. Okay, coming back to my slide. Okay, so I've showed you guys all of this, okay? So lastly will be the funnel launch and update. So typically when we launch, we took quite long to build out this funnel. Probably just purely because we didn't launch it just purely because December, Penjun was off the whole month snowboarding and doing holidays. So then when we eventually launched it, right? So this is how we update. Like funnel has been integrated, it's now live, right? These are all the different pages for the team to read. What is the backend setup? And then whenever we have new setup, then we'll update, right? The changes and changes that we've made, current size in the Facebook group, yada, yada. Okay? So basically, I know like 20 minutes, this is the best I can do for you guys. If you have any questions regarding what we've covered, feel free, go ahead, drop it in the chat, or if you're in the studio, you can raise your hand and I'll be happy to answer them.
Okay, first question.
Hi, Su Ying. So typically for launching an event, right? What is the lead time and what is your composition of the team member size and who are the key personnel involved? Especially, let's say we're starting up, we may not have that kind of resources and team members. So what are the key ones that we need to have? Critical personnel. Thank you.
The critical person will definitely be the speaker and somebody to run the event. True story, our first event, it was just like Penjun and I. Like, I did everything behind the scenes. And like for you and Stella, let's take your example, right? It's the two of you. The great news is your funnel is already done. The other good news is you know how to run the ads, okay? So then it's putting the different workflows, processes that you've actually gotten from the event into place. So for example, email reminders, SMS reminders, all these things can be set up. I believe the team already set it up for you. Now the question is, leading up to the event, if you want to do like extra things like, how do I increase the show up rate? You can easily hire, if you do not have a team, or if you have a team, you can have your team WhatsApp them, call them to make sure they show up. If you do not have a team, you can just hire like freelancers, like you can get a ton of that. Like for my Future of AI Summit, where it's more like 1,000 people, what I would do is I will post on like Upwork. I will get people to call around the clock to make sure people show up. Yeah. So the key person for you will be, if Stella is the speaker, then you will be supporting the event. Then maybe you can put the process in place and have crew members or your full-time staff, like train them up in terms of how to run the event. That will be another separate topic that we can spend 3 days talking about. Yeah. But for the purpose of a funnel launch is right after this, you will get all the different assets. It will be to set up your campaign. You will be step number one, fix the event date, the challenge date, reverse engineer. I would say give yourself about 1 month at least to get your campaigns up, to reverse engineer and start running the ads, right? Then the question will be, how much do I spend? So start spending like maybe 1,000, 2,000, depending on what the budget is. Spend 20% of whatever you've allocated and then see what is the result, right? If you aim for like 500 people or like 1,000 people to register, then maybe the show up rate is like 50-60%, right? So if you want 200 people show up, then you want at least 500 people registered, for example. So when you start running the ads, only will you be able to reverse engineer and see, oh, if my cost per lead is this amount, if I continue doing this, then, you know, I'll be bleeding money. Or alternatively, oh, the cost per lead is really, really cheap, so I need to like scale to the moon, right? So until you launch the campaign, actually you wouldn't know. Okay? Okay. Any other question?
For the ads,
performance reporting. Because the Excel that is in the WhatsApp message is really small. Could you maybe expand on what they're reporting?
Performance reporting. What's in the Google screenshot?
Oh, it'll be the cost per lead for each country and the return on ad spend for each specific country. So then we're monitoring the two most important numbers. Number one, how much does it cost to acquire a lead, or in this case, a challenge registrant, and how much ad spend I'm recouping for that specific country. So, like for example, how many VIP experience have we sold for Malaysia? How many VIP experience have we sold for Hong Kong? So understanding that allows us to say, oh, for the US market, we're actually getting a lot of ad spend back, and therefore, okay, we should go harder on, for the US market, or we should scale down on specific countries. So,
I think something like that, when they can actually see it visually, is going to be very powerful. So maybe in the next future call, in your coaching call with them, you can show them an example template, they can build it together with you, and then after that, so that they can either use it themselves or hand it over to their team. That'll be very powerful.
okay.
Yeah. So some of the things, it's not that, it's like, it requires time to show you guys that entire thing, right? So, there's some questions in here, perhaps I will answer, but is there anything else from you guys for Su Ying? Okay. If not, guys, let's all give Su Ying a round of applause. Hope you guys found it helpful in terms of all the things that happens behind the scenes. So let's talk about some of the questions that's over here. So really quick, team, can you just scroll up? I noticed there were some questions about email and stuff like that. Okay, so how do I get a copy of all these templates and emails and stuff like that? So that brings us to this next thing that I wanted to be able to show you guys in terms of what it is that we have prepared. So you probably saw Su Ying show you this huge, thick document that a team utilizes in-house. And we do this for all of our funnels. Every time we have a new funnel and a team's writing out the emails, they document them, it gets sent for approval. And we want to be able to show you the different type of emails we use specifically for challenges. Okay, so in this next handout, team, you can start preparing for it, is the challenge email sequence, which shows you the type of emails we use typically when we launch new challenges, right? How many of you here would like to be able to see behind the scenes to how we strategize all of our promo emails whenever we launch a new challenge? Okay, so this next piece is where how we typically run a challenge promo sequence. We typically get people to first raise their hand. Typically, this type of email has got no link. It just comes from the angle of, if you would like to be able to result, just reply to this email with a yes. Okay, so no link. We want people to raise their hand virtually first. And then after that only, we might come out with longer form emails where a person has a link, can click on the link. And then after that, we end it with closeout, typically with urgency and scarcity. Okay, so over here, this is where we have created how a typical hand-raised promo email looks like. So it's typically asking a question, and that's where we want to be able to show you how to ABC. If you would like to be able to do this, reply with a specific keyword, and then we'll send you the details. Now, when you say reply with keyword, this thing can be anything. So inside sales process, we have an automation that says, if they replied with keyword, so this could be keyword, could be scale, could be launch, could be DJ funnels, it could be crypto, right? When they reply with this, you can actually set up an automation so that if they reply with keyword, automatically a reply or an email goes out to them that gives them the details. So you don't even have to manually reply to it if you don't want to. Okay, so these are typically hand-raised emails that we do, and then after that there's the long-form promo emails, and then after that we close out with urgency and scarcity. But we don't just give you the examples of how we do it. As always, with sales process now, we are able to not just teach you how to do it, but we've actually built out all these different templates already loaded into your account. How many of you here would like to have all these templates already loaded inside your sales process account? Okay, so when you go to the, when you claim your funnel on day one, maybe you don't even realize it, but when you go to the email sequences, you'll be able to find the email sequence for challenges and the templates loaded inside your sales process account. So all of that, in terms of the fulfillment email, when a person opts in, the welcome emails, the reminder emails, the upgrade emails, the post-event emails, all the different templates, again, they're all over here, but we've also loaded it inside your sales process account. Okay, so all you gotta do is pretty much reword some of the things in here, and you are good to go. So the heavy lifting is done, okay? But if you want to be able to refer to like the big picture strategy and all of that, in terms of what it is that we're doing, it will be inside this handout. Okay, so basically if you want to be able to see how it's done, when you go to the workflow sequence, you will be able to see that in here. Again, I want to be able to make it clear so that our events focus on high-level strategic. For the lower-level tactical stuff, remember that when it comes to sales process, we do office hours every single day, Monday to Friday. So if there's a specific tech thing that you want to be able to iron out, go on those office hours that we do on a day-to-day basis. Okay, so we've got different sequences. We've got people who've registered but have not yet upgraded to VIP. There's a whole sequence for that as well, together with the example of how we do it in here, right, loaded inside sales process. We have got sequences for buyers after they buy that welcomes them. Again, they're all inside the account. Okay, so all of that, right, includes a prompt so that you can also, my team has also come up with prompts to help you with creating your own sequences if you choose to, so that you can kind of like copy and paste how to create, all these different sequences, whether it's a welcome email, whether it's an upsell buyer sequence, whether it's upgrading them, all in here, right? How many of you here would like to have this document, this asset? Okay, all right, so again, I'm always thinking about not just what to teach you, but how to literally remove every reason, excuse, or justification to why you can't do it. So team, if you can go ahead and drop this link to this 50-page plus page file into the link, and team, you can go ahead and hand out these handouts right now. Okay, for the challenge email sequences, which should be this. Okay, if you have downloaded and clicked on the link, can you please just type yes? Just wanted to make sure that it's all in place. Okay, awesome. Okay, so I know that we've been here for about 3 days, but I wanted to be able to show you guys why with focus, intention, the right support, the right strategies, the right tools, you'll be able to get a ton of stuff done in a relatively short time, okay? So the team has actually compiled a design showcase, okay, of the different things that you guys have achieved in just barely 3 days, okay? How many of you here would like to be able to see a glimpse of what has been built? Show of hands, okay? While you guys have been hard at work creating your scripts, shooting your videos, the team has been working behind the scenes to building out the funnels, the integrations, the design, and all of that in here. Okay, so I wanted to be able to spend a couple of minutes to show you how in just 3 short days, and even though there's one more day tomorrow for you guys here, the things that's happening behind the scenes. Let me go quickly share with you my screen over here. So this, on day 1, even before you stepped in, some of you have been submitting your photos, you took your branding pictures in here, and you had your backdrop created, and we shot your different videos utilizing the backdrop based on the branding that you want, based on the photos that you sent to us. Okay. Now with that, what we actually did was we took the branding, the positioning, the mood board, and we took that and we have actually embedded it into your funnels. So based on your scripts, based on what it is that you submitted, this is the front end funnel together with the sales page, together with the one-time offer page, together with the confirmation page that we are going to be shooting also later today. And I wanted to be able to show you guys, how, so this was before Stella, creating your property wealth, the backdrop, the front end pages, the OTO pages, the upsell, together with your confirmation pages. So I want you guys to notice, this would be for Ray, DJ Marketing Challenge, shooting that sales video, getting the design up, together with the upsell OTO page, together with the confirmation page, that's done as well. Okay, so for Farms, Shuan and Mark, so same thing over here. You have got your sales pages done, your upsell pages, confirmation page, final steps, and getting people to go to the Facebook groups. So this will be Growth Mastery for Sujay. You have shot your sales videos on how to attract customers daily without signing up for online marketing courses. Your one-time offer, your presentation to offset some of your ad cost. We're going to be doing a confirmation page today for Diana, your brand impact, as well as story crafting, creating that sales page, the upsell offers, as well as the confirmation page. Sell smarter, not harder. Edna, number 1 skill set to become your client's trusted advisor without cold calling and hard sells. It's by speaking straight from the heart. Okay. The different pages, I want you guys to notice how, in just 3 days, you guys just accomplished something that most people never do in months, if not years. Okay. Joanne, serving moms, and motherhood, and breastfeeding, confirmation pages, together with all the different assets. So understand something, we still haven't shot the ads yet, we still haven't shot the confirmation pages yet, but I want you guys to know that the integration behind the scenes, this is something, and the design, all of that has already started, way before you stepped into the room. How many of you here are, first of all, give yourselves a round of applause for having achieved all of that, in just a matter of days. Now, hopefully for those of you, if you are watching this, it inspires you guys to see that, 3 days, a lot can be achieved. Most people, 3 days, they're trying to come up with the name of their challenge, right? And after an entire weekend, they still haven't come up with a name of a challenge. And sometimes it's all about just getting your hands dirty and executing and surrounding yourself with the right people, the right strategy, the right tools, in order to get it done. Okay? So, in terms of what's next, what do you guys got to do? So, Su Ying, in the session before this,